Dr. Darlene Bailey joins us here at the HyVee halftime, and welcome first of all. And fall's very busy, and we're now at the end of the first semester here, the 2015-16 year.
Yes, tonight is graduation for those that are graduating in December, and we've got about 16 to 18 student athletes that are going to be part of that ceremony, and so it's an exciting night for them.
Fall, the busiest time of year for you?
Oh, I think it probably is, just because we're getting things going. We have a lot of new students. It's their first semester. I teach a class in the fall. So yeah, a lot of moving parts. And with our events, we have more events where we have more people in the fall. So it definitely is a busier time.
A lot of things I want to talk to you about here as we go through this and make it a little bit more general than we have in the past. But let's touch on what you just spoke of. What's your teaching like? Do you enjoy the classroom? Oh,
I do very much. It's fun to be the department chair, and the course that I teach is sociology of sport. So really, what's this big darn deal about sport in our society?
Yeah.
It is a big deal, but we talk a lot about, things that maybe the students haven't thought about in terms of how sports influences their lives every day and how sports influences significant decisions about our world. And there's a lot of things always happening in the news when I teach this class, and so I'm not rigid about the same thing every semester, because there's timely information that helps us really make it more real to the students.
Okay, put you on the spot here because it's discussed a lot. Sports, and we both work in the sports industry. Too big of a deal in society?
It probably is, and that's one of the things we talk about. We don't we have news, weather, and sports. We don't have news, weather, and religion, or news, weather, and something else. And so the amount of time that people spend, the time that it maybe takes away from family, the dark sides, if you will, like gambling and violence that can be traced back to sporting events or sports participation. And we get the students to think about that critically. We talk about youth sports, and are the right people teaching our young people to be a part of sporting programs, so they behave appropriately, those kinds of things.
Yeah, this could be an 8-hour seminar talking about this kind of stuff. Let's move on to talk about your career here, Jewel. How many years now that you've been
This is my 7th year, and been here completely 6 years. This is my 7th year. It's our 4th full year of membership in the NCAA and fully championships and all that good stuff. So it's been a good time, and it sometimes seems like it was just yesterday that I was here, and sometimes it seems like
because you're a former student.
Yes.
Yeah, that as well.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So in those times, I would guess the biggest thing has been the transition from the NAIA to the NCAA as a whole. What has that been like?
It's been good. I think that it probably is the thing that people talk about the most. But I think another significant thing that has impacted our program is just the changes in higher education overall, and how people view higher education and the value of higher education, and then how that translates into athletics. So a combination of those things. Right. The Division II transition has been pretty much how I expected. We have great people, we have great coaches who want to follow the rules, who have been very open to different things that we've introduced in terms of processes and procedures. Some of those things are going to happen anyway, just with the changing times that we have in terms of more accountability, more record keeping, more attention paid to risk management issues. So that's kind of been hand in hand with the Division II transition, but those are things we probably would have done anyway. You're never satisfied until you win all the games.
Yep.
And we're not winning as many games as we would like, but we're doing some good things to put us in a position to do that. And I think that I can see progress in many of our programs every year. That's never as fast as anybody wants, but I do see that progress, and I do see that we are recruiting students who are a good fit for William Jewell, who are doing well academically, who are staying around, staying in school, being retained, getting their degrees, and then also turning the corner on getting the right students that are going to do all those things and make a difference for us on the field.
Yeah. You talked a couple of times about the academic thing, and when people talk to me about the NCAA move, they assume it was just for athletics, and that's not really the truth.
No, it was an institutional decision, and it was based a lot on the type of institution that we are. Academically rigorous, looked at as a regional liberal arts institution with high academic standards and high expectations for our students. So definitely the look was for a different affiliation was to feed to that and to give Jewel maybe a different view by prospective students and by alums in terms of our place within the higher education arena, if you will, in our area.
The transition to NAIA, NCAA, is that the highlight of your time here so far? Has there been, have there been other things?
That's the thing we've worked on the most. I think that the highlights are the small things for me. It's not pointing to what we've done in terms of transition or how many games we've won or lost. Those things are really important, and like I said, I want to win them all. But on a daily basis, the highlights are the transformations I see in our students. There's a group, as we said, graduating tonight of 15 or 16. There's a couple of those in there that hold a special place to me because I saw where they started and I see where they're finished, and I feel really good about that for them, and maybe I had a little bit of part of it. So it's those things. It's students making a connection that they never thought that they could do. It's a parent saying, I wasn't sure my student was cut out for Jewel, but other students in the program sat alongside of him and brought him up, and he's a better student than he was in high school because he's at Jewel, and he sees the benefit of doing that. So it's the little things and it's the personal relationships for me, rather than looking at we've accomplished this big thing, that big thing. Now, you certainly want to accomplish more of those, but I think as we've made the Division II transition, I've tried to focus on what can we do to improve the lives of the student athletes on a daily basis, whether that's trying to do some facility improvements, whether it's hiring a full-time strength coach, which is something we did not have. And I think if I could point to what the student athletes feel strongly about through their surveys, through what they talk to me about, having a full-time strength coach and having a wonderful full-time strength coach that we do in Coach Lang has been transformational for our program.
All right. How about the future? What does it hold for our athletic department?
Well, I believe, again, with continuity that we have in our coaching staff, people that have been here a while, people that understand and are very committed to our type of place in terms of our academic commitment, I think that we're going to just get better and better at recruiting the right students that will come to Jewel and excel athletically and academically. So I see that as the future. Obviously, we're in the middle of a search for a new president, and so there will be the transition associated with that. While we've had a wonderful run with President Salih, and he's had a magnificent career here, and Jewel has continued to move forward, there's that anticipation of what will happen next. I don't see anything in the immediate future in change of conference affiliation, on the external front. Internally, I hope that we can continue to leverage the good things we have. We always need more money, and so to be able to identify the things that can continue to make us better, whether that's facility enhancements, other enhancements within our program, to just keep giving us a little bit more of an opportunity to be more competitive.
Talking about facilities, this fall, new football, soccer scoreboard at Green Stadium, and more stuff coming there.
Sure, we're trying to make some changes a little bit at a time. We do have a new scoreboard at the stadium. Coach Hawley did a great job of mobilizing some of his alums to raise some money for a new basketball team room for the men's basketball program, which is really very, very nice. We are in the process right now of looking at options for new turf for the football and soccer field, which we definitely need. And so we're in the process right now of putting out the request for proposals, and hopefully that's something that we can get down early summer. And then we continue to look at other facility upgrades that make sense for us. Again, I've been focused on the things that can make a difference in the lives of the student athletes on a daily basis, the locker rooms, the training room, the areas where they spend a lot of time, not just on competition day, but every single day. So those are things we continue to look at. We're also very excited about our softball facility, which the building is up, it's painted. They're working on getting the plumbing and the gas in there, so our softball student athletes will definitely appreciate when it's January and they get back having a nice warm team room and restrooms. And then we're also doing some other site work at that facility to make it more accessible for our fans. So for those who have not been to the softball field since last season, they're going to see a really transformed setting in terms of spectators, but then also a building with restrooms and a great place for our team to be able to hang out.
Yeah, it should be neat.
It's
Should be
going to
very
be great.
nice.
Yeah.
All right, Dr. Bailey, one more thing here, because it's Santa Claus night. I got to ask you, this year, naughty or nice? Santa going to be good to you?
You know, Santa's good to me every year. I'm blessed. I have a great staff to work with. I'm blessed to work at my alma mater. We're busy and we work really, really hard, but it's the students and it's the people that make this really fun. And to see our graduating students, to see the ones, you know, they're not all perfect. So to see the ones that mess up and then recover from that and go on and do great things, those are the gifts that I get to get all year long. I also have the gift of my son, and I'm talking to him now about what's he done to deserve the gifts of Christmas.
Sure.
But he's a great joy. So we'll take a brief time to celebrate the holiday. We don't travel because our family's all here, and so that's kind of nice to kick back a little bit. And but then it starts right back up with holiday high school basketball the day after Christmas. So no, not much rest for the wicked, but that's okay. We'll still have a good time.
Yes, we will. Dr. Darlene Bailey, our guest here on the HyVee Halftime Report, and we're back with more after this.